All right, everyone, welcome to the Pick List webinar. If you can hear me, please raise your hand there using the GoToMeeting icon. There on you. All right, I see some hands going up. Excellent. Very good. Very good. All right, my name is Lori McNeely, and I've been supporting Ultriva for more than 6 years now. And joining me is Nandu Gopalan. He's been supporting Ultriva from the beginning. And you may hear another voice occasionally. We have Ed Connery, who is fielding some of the questions as they come in, so you might hear a third voice. A few things before we get too far. If you have a question, please use that question box here on your GoToMeeting panel. And in case you missed it earlier, weren't able to find it, here's where the raise your hand icon is on that GoToMeeting panel. We will be recording this webinar. We are recording it right now, and we will have that available on the help site so that you can view that in the future. You can see all of our other webinars on there as well. Our next one's going to be the same thing, third Thursday of the month. So I believe that will make it September 18th, same time, noon Central Time. We are doing these in version 7.6 and higher, and I believe today we're actually doing version 7.7. Our agenda for today is we're going to tell you all about the pick list, what it's used for, and go through how it works. We will, if time allows, we're going to have one survey question for you. We'll give you the result of that if we get to it. And we got a jam-packed 45 minutes going here. All right, some general information. The pick list is used to streamline the flow of materials from within the plant. It helps increase your inventory accuracy. It is a two-loop system. I do have an example here of what that's going to look like. Your first loop is set up between your raw materials work center and your external supplier. It's kind of maybe the loop that you already have going right now. And that second loop is set up between your assembly line or sub-assembly lines and this raw materials work center or warehouse. And of course, you do need to use that same item number that you're using with your supplier as well. All right, for those of you who are a little more visual, here's kind of a visual of what I was talking about. The purple line here is the release, your raw materials, releasing that your orders to your external supplier, and in turn ships them to the raw materials. And then your sub-assembly or assembly line places the orders for the raw materials, and then you end up shipping that as well. And of course, there can be more than one assembly or sub-assembly line here. You can have as many as you need, pulling those raw materials out. All right, a couple of terms that we'll need to keep in mind here. We have something called the pick card, which that's your on-hand card, on-hand there in your raw materials. And then also the ship card. If we say ship card, that's your in-process card that does get released to your raw materials work center. That's the one that you ship to the assembly line. So we have pick card and ship card. If you're going to use the pick list, a couple of things, configuration things that do need to be done. The first one is you get to choose how you want that pick list sorted. You can sort it by location code, item number, or by card ID. If you're using the location codes, it's probably going to be the easiest for your picker to have that in the location code order, so you can just go on down the line. Next, we have you have the option on how you want to pick the material. If you want to do first in, first out, or first in, first out, no repacking. And Nandu can tell us what the difference is between those.
Yeah. The first in, first out with the no repacking means, for an example, if you are receiving the parts from the external supplier for 100 pieces, and then if the assembly line is asking for 75 pieces, you are not going to repack. You are going to send the whole container to the assembly line. Even though they are asking for 75 pieces, we will be shipping all the 100 pieces. Whatever quantity is available in that particular cart will be transferred to the assembly line. So if you want to do that, then you can do first in, first out with no repacking. If you leave it as first in, first out, as simple first in, first out, it means, see for an example, if you are getting it as 100 pieces from the external supplier in a box, and you can ship a smaller quantity, like 5 pieces at a time, then you can pick the option of simple first in, first out. You can set this first in, first out and first in, first out repacking either at the work center level or at the supplier to item level. So either way you can set it up, because some parts, in some cases, some parts can be, you can use it as a first in, first out. For some parts you can use it as first in, first out without repacking. So you can set that at the item level as well as at the work center level.
All right, and for the ones, if you are going to use any at the first in, first out level, then what you will probably want to do on that external loop with your supplier, set that set that item to empty box, because you're not going to release that card until the quantity gets empty. So that's one configuration. Another configuration change to look out for if you are going to use the first in, first out. And then also the print card order, you can print them front to back or back to front. And also another configuration option that I do not have shown here is you will need to turn on auto accept for that raw materials work center. That way it cuts out that extra step of them having to accept all of the cards. All right, and with that, we are ready to jump into our demo here. So let me come over here. All right, so the first thing we want to do is go over some of those configuration options. I'm here at the main plant level. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Admin Work Center. And the first thing we want to do is turn on that auto accept. So I'm going to go to the raw material warehouse here and edit that, or make sure that it's turned on. Here's the auto accept thing. It is turned on. So that is the first thing that we need to look for. And the next thing that we need to do is we can go to More Options, Configuration, and we go to the Pick List tab, and this is what I was showing just a moment ago. We have our your choice of how you want to print that pick list. I've chosen location code here, and I've chosen first in, first out for my items, and for the card print order we're going to do back to front. So that's our configuration thing. Another configuration option that we have, I'm going to go to the assembly line here and show the how to set this at the item level. So I'm going to go to Admin, Item, and we whichever option that we want, we choose our item, and then we choose More Options, Associate Supplier, and then we edit our supplier. And if we scroll down, here's where we can choose at item level how we want to do that pick list. If we want to do first in, first out, or the FIFO no repacking. I'm just going to leave it as inherit from plant, which means, you know, use that work center setting. Okay, and this is a for those of you maybe on an older version, this is new to 7.7 to have this at the item level. All right, we will go to our raw materials warehouse. Okay, so we have our supplier items here. So I'm going to go to Admin Item, and we want to, as we said, if we're doing the first in, first out, we want to make sure that these are set to empty box. You know, you highlight the item that you want, and here's where we want to set that empty box. All right, and I believe that's all of our configuration options. Is that it, Nandu?
Yes.
All right. So there are a couple of ways. There's a good way here to get to our pick list. If we go to Actions, Supplier Actions, and we can click Pick List. So Does anybody know how we can make this easier for ourselves to set up a nice little shortcut? So raise your hand if you've ever used the favorites button. Oh, I'm not sure I see a whole lot of hands going up here, so maybe we can demonstrate this. So I'm here at the home screen. If I want to go to the pick list, I just click that right here. Boom, it takes us right here. If you need to set up your nice little shortcut, navigate to the actual page that you want to be. So it would be Actions, Supplier Actions, Pick List, and then just click the Favorites button, say Add to Favorites. So you can do this with a lot of your Ultriva screens. All right, and with that, I will let Nandu discuss the next part here. So let me give him control. Give keyboard and mouse. All right. All right, Nandu.
Yeah. Basically, when you click on the pick list item, by default, either you can create the pick list for each and every one of the work centers. So when you select the particular work center you want to create a pick list, you can also have the option like either open all the open pick list. It can be listed in here, and it will also give you all the pick list you have already completed, so that you can go back and verify who did what and when. And then also, if for some reason if you could not able to pick all the part numbers, if you close it short, you can also get the list of it. So we'll show it in a minute. So by default, when you start it, it will be on the open pick list. Open pick list is the one where you have already created a pick list, and then you are going to use it. So to start with, first thing is I'm going to click on Add button. So what this will do is it will show you all the orders placed and the parts which has inventory in the warehouse. So if you don't have inventory in the warehouse, it will be shown into the next tab, where you can see this particular part there is no inventory in the warehouse, so it is not added to the pick list. At the same time, you can see it at the card level. It will show you the part number, it will show you what is the ship card, the cycle number and the quantity you need to pick, and also the result. So you have the full information. When the pick list will show only the parts which has inventory in the warehouse. So the other thing is, every time you are creating the pick list, what Ultriva will do is it will allocate the inventory for that particular card, so that when you pick it, it will decrement it from the decrement the inventory from your on-hand card. So in this particular case, for an example, you have a part number, you have the ship card, and it will also tell you how many pieces you need to require, and it will also calculate whether it is the available quantity, how much quantity it is available in the warehouse, and whether it fulfills 100% or not. The same way, it will show you the pick part number, from which card you need to pick this. So since we set it up as a first in first out, based on the required receive date, the system will automatically tell that which is the first card you received it, and then it will try to ask the picker to go and pick that particular part. And also it will tell you the location from which you need to pick that part, and whether you have the total available quantity or not. So you can expand it and see for each and every one of the part numbers. And here, once you see this, if you click the create pick list, it will create the total pick list. This will show you how many open items available, and it will also show you how many are picked, how many are closed, and how many are removed from the system. So the removal is, there are two ways the cards can be the order can be removed. Number one is if the picker goes to the location and he is unable to find the part, then what happens is he informs the supervisor, so he can remove that particular item from the pick list. Then it will show it as removed. Or for an example, Ultriva is allocating card A, and the picker is going to the floor and pick the card B. We don't want to stop that, because card A might not be there, so we allow them to pick whatever card available in that location. In that particular case, we will remove it from the old card and allocate the things to the new card which he picked it. Then it will show you the total number of items and when the last action happened. So in here, what you can do is, once you create the pick list, you can click on print pick list. This will show the pick list with all the items to be picked, and because it is sorted by the location, it will show the location. If you in some cases they don't have dedicated location, or they don't maintain the location in Ultriva, in that particular case you can select it like based on the item number. So we may not have that location, but it will show you in the pick list. Location is not a mandatory one, but it is always good to have feature in the system. So once you print this, you can go to file and print that. It can be printed into an A4 size label, or a regular printer, laserjet printer. Then once you have that pick list, you can also print all the ship cards. So if you click on all, it will show you all the cards. And then, like as usual, you can select the one and click on print button, so it will print all the labels associated with that. So if you have a supervisor or somebody printing this, they can print the pick list, they can print the labels, and then attach it and give it to the person, to a picker, to go and pick it from the location. Okay, once it is once that is given to the picker, he goes and pick it. Lori, can you show how they can pick the parts and scan those?
All right, very good. So we've printed all of our labels that we're going to need to ship to our assembly line. So I'm going to go to a different tab here, and we're going to go to I'm going to go to Scan. I'm going to go to Supplier Scan, Pick and Ship. Normally, someone would be doing this on a Windows CE type scanner, and it would end up looking just like this. All right, so we're out in the warehouse. We've got our pick list. We're going to scan that barcode that was at the top of the pick list that Nandu was showing, because that's the pick list ID. That's what it's wanting. All right, and so the next thing that we need to do is we have to choose. We had 5 cards there that we need to ship. So I'm actually going to take our first card ID here, and these were the 5 labels that we just printed. So I'm going to submit that. And, hey, and if it doesn't find it on there, it's going to let you know. So let me actually go to my printout here and get actually one of the real labels here. So one of our real labels is this one. Thought I had these all ready to go, but perhaps we've done some more testing since then. So all right, so let me get our label here. All right, I think I have all of our spaces out of, no I don't. Well, all right, let me start at the beginning here. We'll get rid of all of our spaces from this.
I think you can leave it, Lori. It should take it.
It'll take it with all the spaces?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Hey, I didn't know that. All right. So this is telling us our on-hand card that we need to pick from. This is the one that we have on hand from our supplier. So we can go ahead and enter that as well. All right. So it we've successfully shipped this particular card here. And if we jump back over here and we refresh this screen, okay, this will let us know, hey, we do have one item that we've picked. We can view that, and these both say picked quantity 0, picked quantity 0, picked quantity 0, and of course I've chosen the last one here. So this is one that we picked and shipped to our assembly line. All right, so let's go ahead and we can ship another card here. And we will go ahead and we will ship this one. All right, and so this is telling us that we need to pick it from this card, but maybe we can't find that one. And so we do have another item, another card that we can pick from. We were able to find some of the materials on this card, and now we have successfully shipped that one as well. So we'll refresh our screen here, and let's see, it's probably this one. So this one has let us know we should have picked it from this card, but we didn't. We did pick it from this card, and all of that is fine. All right, so if we go back a screen, sure enough, we've picked 2 items from this. All right.
So when the picker is going to pick it using this pick list, he can keep on picking that. He doesn't need to scan the pick list number every time. He can scan it only one time and then keep on shipping the cards and then scanning the pick cards. For some reason his shift ends, so he's not going to pick the balance. So what he can do is he can go back and close the pick list. There are 2 reasons you can pick it. One is the shift is over, or he goes to that location, he's unable to find the part, so then he can close that particular pick list. So in this particular case, I'm going to close this. So when you close it, it is going to ask you, okay, all these, the 3 things you have not picked it, are you going to close all of them? Yes. So when you close it, the advantage of it is even if you close it with a short, or if you didn't pick it, when you create a next pick list, this all the missed ones, it will automatically go into the next pick. For an example, when we are doing this, one of the part numbers, let's take for an example, we have that 714. We have one more piece. The picker goes to the location. He's unable to find this part. He's giving that information to the supervisor. Hey, I couldn't find this part. Then what the supervisor can do is he can go back to the action. He can go into adjust inventory, and on that particular part he can go back and take this inventory out of that. So he can take this and then, okay, fine, I don't find it, so I'm going to adjust it as 0. Then what the system will do is this will take that card out and release the order to the supplier. So now next time when the things when you get the order, if there is no inventory, it will go back to item with no inventory on that. And then what you can do is, I'll go back to the pick list. When you create a pick list again, what this will do is it will create since you have more inventory, it will allocate it from the other card with the 23 pieces. So every time you miss that, if you close it, the opening card will go into the next one. So you are not going to miss any card. You are not going to miss any order from the warehouse. Assembly line. So the other thing we were talking about is the item with no inventory. For an example, at this time we don't have any inventory in the system. So what we can do in this particular case, next time when you are receiving the parts, what this will do is it will automatically move from in item with no inventory to a regular pick list. Let's do that one time. So when I go into action and receive, so on this particular part we have something in transit, so we are going to receive this particular thing. There are two cards available. I'm going to receive one of them and see what happens. So when I receive that the inventory, we are going to add the inventory into the warehouse. So when you go into the pick list and try to pick it, so this will automatically create add this particular part into the pick list. So now you can see that I have received 150 pieces. So there were 3 cards. So you can see that those 2 are added to this pick list. When I go back to that item with inventory, still there is 1 card. We don't have enough inventory. So you can see that in the system. So whatever inventory is available, it will try to allocate it to the orders. If you don't have enough inventory, it will show you in the item with no inventory.
All right.
That is yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that is the pretty much thing on the pick list. See, when we are creating the pick list, there are two types of pick list Ultriva supports. One is a regular pick list, what we have shown you right now. This is for an example. You have a definite loop, and then you have in the warehouse you want to maintain the card level inventory. See, for an example, in the warehouse, if you have this particular card, when you go and do a physical audit, this card will match with your physical inventory. So this ensures your physical inventory in the warehouse with Ultriva inventory. That is number one. Number two is, in some cases what happens is, hey, this is adding more transaction for me, and I have that inventory. I want to use my warehouse like a virtual Kanban, similar kind of a thing, where when I pick, I want to decrement inventory. I don't care about the individual card number in the warehouse. In that particular case, what you can do is, instead of going through this regular pick list, you can use something called auto pick list. So that is another new features introduced in the system. So to do an auto pick list, what you can do is, if you can go into admin, if you go into my accounts, my business unit configuration, and if you can go into print, there are new options available in here. So the first thing is auto create pick list. So what this will do is, as soon as the order is released from the assembly line, when the order comes to warehouse, when you print the label, the system will automatically create an virtual pick list. And then what this will also do is, it will allocate inventory similar to what you are doing it manually. So the advantage in here is, you don't have to scan two cards. If you scan only the ship card, it will automatically decrement the inventory from the first received card. So for an example, let me do the set the configuration and then show you how it works. So you can turn on the create auto pick list. Also, you can turn it on, only print the card if you have an inventory. Otherwise, don't print the label. So that way, every time you get an inventory, it will automatically print it. Otherwise, you may have to carry this printed card and manage it by yourself. So when you are doing this type of situations, you have another option called auto print. So what happens by turning it on, by turning it on, the auto print option is, every time a card is scanned in the assembly line, this will automatically print the label. There is no need for somebody to go and print any label. You have to keep the system only in the print card screen based on the interval set in here. For an example, at 10 minutes, the screen will refresh every 10 minutes. If all the cards are released within this 10 minutes window, it will print it automatically. It will allocate the inventory. It will print the labels automatically. So let me save this option. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go into action and release few cards, so that we can see that this gets automatically printed.
Oh, maybe
so
change to the assembly line warehouse.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Lori. So this is the assembly line which is consuming the parts. So I can go into the assembly line and release an order. And then if I go back to the warehouse and action, under the supplier action, you have the print screen. If you keep that print screen as it is, what this will do is, this screen will refresh every few minutes. As soon as the order is released, so you can see that it will automatically check the checkbox and it will print that label. So once you get that label, your picker can take that label, go to that location, and then simply scan that label. Lori can show you how they can scan it. Before we do that, what I would like to do is, one second, Lori.
Mm-hmm.
Before I do that, what I would like to say is, On this particular part number, let us keep the, let's go to the material status report and show right now on this part we have 35 pieces on hand. So Lori, can you do the transaction?
All right, so we will go, I'm going to click the back button here because we're through with that. We'll go back to supplier scan, and we're going to do the warehouse, warehouse ship, sorry. Supplier scan, warehouse ship. All right, so with that, we can go ahead and enter our cart ID. And then it lets us verify the quantity here for this auto pick and ship. It shows us our ship cart ID, which is the one that I just entered. It's the label that got printed, and this is it's going to automatically choose the particular card that it's going to decrement the quantity from. So this is the automatic piece that you don't have to worry about. So we just submit that. All right, and we'll come back here. On this tab, we'll refresh our screen, and now we have 30 pieces, and those 5 just got shipped.
So in this particular case, you can go back, and within that time frame, the system will also try to create an auto pick list. So if you can go back to the pick list, and if you can click on the closed orders, closed pick list, you can see that this particular pick list is created and one order is picked from that pick list. So if you can click on view, you have all the data in here. So from which one it is picked, all that information, so you can see it in here. So even though it is in the backend, Ultriva is creating a virtual pick list, you have the option to go back and look at it, how many are created at the time, whether are we picking it correctly, all that information, so you can see it from here.
Yep, and actually who ended up doing the actions as well.
Yeah.
Okay. How are we doing on questions, Ed? Anything that's come in?
Yeah, we actually have just one question we could address that is in regards to the FIFO function and what action actually drives the timestamp or the date of that card, which I think may differ between the configurations. So specifically, is the FIFO date associated with the date that the part was placed in an Ultriva location, or the date that the card was received from the warehouse, or received in the warehouse from the supplier?
By default, what we do is we are having that last receive date. That is the one currently it is used. It is not the way in which you store it into the location. It is based on the last receive date.
Okay.
Because the reason why we have to use the last receive date instead of the last action date, because sometimes if you are doing an inspection, that inspection takes a bit of a time, and if you have an expiration, so we have to use that first. So we use the last receive date as the primary field in that.
Perfect.
Any other question?
That's the only one.
All right.
I see one more question in here from Chris. Is use of Ultriva location code required for use of pick list? No, it is not mandatory, but it is a good to have feature. Even without location, you can use the pick list. One of the train plants use it like that.
All right. All right. I think we have a few more slides here. Let me get back to that. All right. And
yeah. Basically, see, since we have the loop between your external supplier to your warehouse to your assembly line, as you know that Ultriva is more focusing on end-to-end solution from your customer until your supplier. So we want to have that entire pull system through the supply chain within your facility and outside the facility. So you can extend the same pick list concept you can create a loop between your customer and your distribution center, and then within your distribution center and your finished goods warehouse or to your manufacturing plant. So you can use the same feature in the same way like how you are using it on the internal side. You can use that for the other loop between your customer and the distribution center. As you can create the pick list. As you pick the material, it replenish it and send the order to your assembly line or your finished goods warehouse. So the same way you can have multiple customers to pulling the material from the distribution center, where you can create your pick list for the distribution center and you can extend it. So as one of the focuses of Ultriva is to have that end-to-end solution, this will cover the end-to-end solution.
All right, and I think with that, I think we are ready for our poll question that we have, and it's regarding this pick list feature. So now that you've seen a demonstration of how the pick list works, do you plan on looking further into this feature? I see several votes coming in, a lot of them being submitted right now. I'll leave it open about another 5 or 6 seconds here, in case some other people want to vote at the last minute. All right, I think things have leveled off here. We'll go ahead and close that. And then we will share that result here. So it looks like quite a few people attending are interested in looking into this feature a little bit more, so that's good. And if, some people do need to think about it a little bit more. And also, my contact information is here on the screen. If you have any questions about any of this, certainly feel free to reach out and let me know. And other than that, I think that's what we have for our webinar today, unless another question or two came in. So we okay on the questions? All right, it looks like I think we are. So thank you all very much for spending part of your day with us. We really appreciate that, and we look forward to seeing you back again next month for our next webinar. Thank you all very much.